Hello folks, what is so special about a little piece of a folded aluminum can? Well, I made the stove even smaller and now this kind of design fits a pan. I don't have a pan to show today, but you'll sort of get the idea. What you do is you make two triangular folds out of aluminum, place them down. These are folded various times over to give them the rigidity, by the way. They're not just single sheets of just the same can. Yeah, I just use Coors Light. You can tell from the soot markings I've already used this thing. And it worked last time, so we'll see if it works this time. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this as a lid yet again. See how my boil times work. And the way you can fit a pan on this is, since these are kind of movable, you can, if there's like a big skillet here, it'll hold the whole skillet off the ground while you light a fire underneath it. For fuel, let me grab it real quick. Cooking oil yet again, and I'm even using the same wicks. So the only thing different here is literally just the way that the pot is held off the ground, because the problem I had with the other stove was that it was specific to circular pots. If you tried it with a square pot or those kind of canteen sort of pots that were kind of bean shaped, it didn't really work as well. This one is pretty much just two rectangular stands, so they should work with anything. Yeah, so I'm gonna light this baby and give you guys an update if I get a water boiling. Alright guys, and there's just a couple rolls of ripped paper towel. Let's light this thing and see how it goes. If this lighter will freaking work. I'm using my grill lighter that I actually probably should replace because of this. There we go. So we'll let that thing do its thing, and hopefully it'll be hot enough that the oil vaporizes and becomes new fuel. There we go. Starting to catch there. And you can see the kind of channel idea that I'm thinking of. It pulls in air from the other side. That way air moves under the pot and makes the fire hotter on the other end, no matter which way the wind is blowing. It took me actually a little while to think of this design, but it worked out fairly well. I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but the oil is actually leaching out of the paper towels. There we go. There's the pot. Get back to you with an update. Throw the lid on there. Alright, things are running smoothly. Here's a little tip for you. I left excess paper towel off the edge here. So when it starts to run out of fuel, you just push it in. And all the ash ends up being pushed out of the other side. So it's cleanly as well. I still don't know if this will boil water again. The last time I used a different fuel, so we'll see how this works out. The flames there don't look too bad. Makes me wonder, well, what would happen if I used a more aggressive fuel? One flaw I found is that since the flames are on the side of the pot instead of underneath it, it heats up the pot lid as well. It's not too big of a difference. I just use this to nudge it off, and then I'll just wait for it to cool down and shove it back on there. That's just a tip from me. Like again, I've never used this design before. I'm just giving it a shot. After 12 minutes, we're starting to get some bubbles. This isn't exactly a jet boil, boys, but in a pinch, the stove really isn't that bad, especially when the wind starts picking up. You can see those flames whipping around. Hopefully, I'll have a full boil sooner or later. Hey guys, you can check it out. It is boiling, but unlike a normal boil, it's happening here on the edge instead of the middle, because underneath the pan is the least amount of oxygen, while on the edges it has the most, so that's where the fire burns the hottest. But yeah, not too bad. 20 minutes and I got some water boiling. It's kind of dying down now because I took the lid off, but there you go. There's a Coors Light, not really a Coors Light, but a double aluminum stove. I think I'll call it the channel stove because it kind of looks like a water channel. And you don't have to use beer cans, you can use whatever. You don't even have to use cans for all I know. You could use any flexible metal material that'll hold up a cup of water. I have yet to try this with a pan, but I feel like if I had to use a pan, I'd need a wider foil surface to kind of hold all the soot and mess in. It is quite sooty, so if you're one of those anal people about dirt and whatever, that might not be for you. But if you find yourself in a pinch, it's a pretty good stove. There you go. You know, feel free to try it out, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any designs yourself that I should try out. Because I'm really trying to upgrade the whole thing from the alcohol penny can stoves. Because I feel like if it's limited to alcohol, it's not as versatile as I want it to be. This will work with pretty much any flammable fluid. You can even use degreaser if you wanted to. You know, just whatever, guys. Stay safe out there, and subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos, too.